See, unrelated to the subject at hand, for the life of me, for some reason, I just don't get some people's uh when it comes to capitalism. I don't get some people's ire towards it. Actually, I do. I do get it because the opposite of capitalism, they want it because some of these people out here are lazy as hell. They want the government to give them everything. I don't think people really understand what socialism and communism really is because they never read history books. They call themselves uh, financial majors, economic majors, and strategists and experts, but they don't know history and what communism has done to countries, political systems. It's weird. I'm a history major myself. I know what communism has done, and it's not great. So I don't get people hate towards capitalism. Yeah, capitalism is not perfect, but heck, heck. And another thing I don't get is people say down with capitalism, but they trying to sell a book. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, stuff you see on Instagram. But speaking of the stuff you see on Instagram, I saw something on Instagram. It's quite funny. But before I get in, how about you guys like, subscribe, share to the channel, Franchise Sports TV. Anyways, let's get into this thing. So, like I say, the goofy stuff you see on Instagram these days is funny, right? So I think it was a post. I forgot what posted it was connected to. This post was connected to, but they were celebrating. I think the 40 years since Dr. J rocked the baby and dunked on Michael Cooper, and they're celebrating it. And I guess there's an old interview with Michael Cooper talking about how he felt when it happened, and I look in the comment section, right? And I look in the comment section, and a couple people have said that dunk that Dr. Dre did in that game is a 4 today. But I'm thinking in my head at the same time, like, has anybody did that dunk today, recently, in a game? Like, the young ones who don't know nothing about basketball, they like to say this is the best version of the NBA, which is not. This is the most terrible. They say these people are more talented, more athletic than they was back in the day. It's a whole bunch of white men that can't jump. It's freaking ridiculous. But as you can see, with Dr. J, he literally started from almost half court to make that dunk. At age 33. In chucks. When today, you got all these young bucks who can jump out of the ceiling wearing LeBron's, Kobe's, and Steph's, and Giannis's, and Kyrie's, and all the other sorts of stuff. Pumas. Better shoes than what they ever had back in the 70s and 80s and 60s. And you haven't seen that dunk yet. It's quite funny, though, how people got mad at Matt McClung because he won the All-Star game, saying, hey, we all had a white man to win it. I don't see none of y'all brothers out there trying to doing them type of dunks that he did, especially the superstars like Don Morant. I don't see Don Morant out there trying to do that or being an all-star. To be in a dunk contest. But anyways, it's just another episode of the young generation who don't know nothing to try to diminish anything that happened before that. Like, I don't want to mention. Yeah, I'll mention it. I think not too long ago, a couple of days ago, I think Two Wrong made a video about Wilt Chamberlain, how high he can jump and how his vertical was. I don't think the younger generation realized that back in the 60s, 50s, 50s, sound like I was saying multiple stuff. Back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they was always athletic. Works of wonder. Both races were. So I don't know where he's getting it from, but they better stop listening to JJ Redick because JJ Redick don't know what he be talking about. I think JJ Redick is trying to get himself a bag somewhere. Probably he's getting paid on the table by Clutch Sports. $5,000 or $500,000 every time he says something stupid like that. But anyways, that's all I had to say about it. I saw that stupid ass post on Instagram and kids talking about, well, that's a 4 out of 10 these days. But I don't see nobody doing that. And for its time, it was a remarkable dunk because nobody else is doing that. And still possibly can't do it. So I don't want to hear that. Disrespectful bums.